2023 is coming to an end, and during it we had 3 FNCSs and a global championship. And in this video I'm going to cover the top 10 best duos of 2023. For the first duo on this list we have the GOATs, Qiy and Epic Whale. The year started off with Qiy and Scented playing together. They were doing really good in the qualifiers, placing top 20 in almost every single cup. But then disaster happened when Qiy was playing a solo cash cup. You all probably know the story, so I'm not going to sit here and explain everything. But Qiy got banned and could not play the FNCS Grand Final. I personally think that Scented and Qiy could win FNCS that season, but we will never know. After all of the drama, Qiy decided to play with Epic Whale. And since Qiy didn't play the FNCS prior, they still needed to qualify to the global championship. But sadly, they were contested at Mega City and ended up in 23rd place, which means that they didn't qualify to the global championship. But there was one more chance for them to qualify themselves. The FNCS Last Chance Major. They dominating, placing 4th and easily qualifying them to the global championship. But sadly, every journey has its downfalls, and on the main stage, they didn't even make the finals, getting a disappointing 52nd place. In 9th place, we have Bugha and Threats. Bugha and Threats began their duo journey during the 2nd FNCS of the year, securing a solid 5th place. Their success continued into the next FNCS, where they impressively claimed the 2nd spot. High expectations surrounded their performance in the global championship, but unfortunately they faced setbacks and finished in a disappointing 23rd place. Securing the 8th spot on this list is Yomso and Rise. Yomso and Rise was consistent throughout the whole year, securing impressive placements in every FNCS they participated in. With a 3rd in the first FNCS, then a 4th, and in the last FNCS before the global championship, they managed to place 3rd, again earning themselves over $150,000 before the global championship even started. And on the main stage, they managed to get a respectable 8th place, earning themselves another $100,000. In the 7th spot, we have Canada and Aers. Canada and Aers had an eventful year in the competitive scene. They kicked off the year with a strong performance in the first FNCS, getting an impressive 2nd place. However, in the 2nd FNCS, they fell short, finishing in 12th. This was quite a disappointment, but in the last online FNCS of the year, Canada and Aers would make history, winning the whole tournament and securing Canada's first ever FNCS win. After the win, hopes were high for the global championship, but they were unfortunately contested by one of EU's best teams, Malibuca and Thomas HG. While still being contested every game, they still managed to place a very respectable 18th, taking home $30,000. And in number 6, we have the ones who contested Canada and Aers, Malibuca and Thomas HG. They started the year with a bang in the first FNCS, grabbing a 2nd place, where they got beaten by Merach and Tyson with only 1 point. And in the 2nd FNCS, they were contested, and a lot of people, including me, thought that they were going to do bad. But somehow, they managed to pull off a 3rd place while being contested the whole tournament. And going into the 3rd FNCS, everyone thought that they were going to win, since they were uncontested. But that didn't happen. They ended up in a disappointing 11th place. And at the global championship, they were, as mentioned, contested by Aers and Canada and ended up in 39th place. Taking home number 5, we have Acorn Cold. They started the year on a high note, winning the first FNCS of the year. Their success continued into the 2nd FNCS, finishing in 6th place. They maintained their success, finishing again in 6th place in the 3rd FNCS. Coming into the global championships, hopes were high for the duo, and in the end, they finished in a remarkable 7th place. All around, an extremely consistent year for the duo. Right outside of the podium, in 4th place, we have Tyson and Merach. They started the year really strong, winning the first FNCS and beating Thomas HG and Malibuca by 1 point. They kept the consistency going, placing 2nd the FNCS after, which was really impressive. However, every journey has its challenges, and in the 3rd FNCS, Tyson and Merach faced some problems and ended up in 15th place. Coming into the global championship, they were aiming for the top, but ended up in a 15th place, which is not bad. But Tyson and Merach is only aiming for the win, so for them it was quite disappointing. Coming into the 3rd spot, we have Qiy and Vino. They started the year off doing well in the first FNCS, grabbing a solid 4th place, but it was in the 2nd FNCS where they really was showing what they were capable of. They won an FNCS Grand Final on EU, the hardest region, with 6 out of 12 wins, earning themselves a light $200,000. This achievement is one of the most incredible achievements in all of Fortnite's history, and will be remembered forever. That's why they deserve the 3rd spot on this list. In 2nd place, and to no surprise, we have Meo and Cooper. In their first FNCS together, they impressed everyone by securing an impressive 2nd place, automatically qualifying them to the global championship at the end of the year. Their success continued into the 2nd FNCS, although they faced some tougher competition, they ended up in a respectable 9th place. Coming into the global championship, they were underdogs and not many people were talking about them, but they showed the world what they were capable of, and after the 6 games were over, they came out on top, taking home the trophy and a light $1 million in the bag. The reason why I didn't put Cooper and Mero in first place is because they only started playing together in the second FCS, and the first place team on this list was a bit more consistent than them. In first place we have the GOATs Qiy and Seti. 2023 was a fantastic year for the duo. They started the year a little rough in 23rd place in the first FCS, but since they were contested, it was not much they could do. However, they quickly turned things around in the second FCS, where they showcased their skills and secured a solid 5th place. And their momentum continued into the third FCS, where they climbed even higher on the leaderboard, finishing in an impressive 4th place. This was a confident boost going into the Global Championship. Since they won the FCS Invitational the year before, they were looking to go back to back, but Cooper and Mero were just unbeatable. They still ended up in the second place, claiming the prize of $650,000. This duo for me was the best and most consistent of the year, so congrats to them. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Obviously this was my list and my opinions, so not everyone is going to agree with me. But comment down below your opinions and what you think about the list, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.